And Mr. Murray? Jones.
Into class.
We're all staring at you, Andy.
He doesn't mind that.
No. Okay, now we will call the City of Elkhart Planning Commission meeting for Monday, April 6, 2026 to order. Can I have a roll call, please?
Beecher, Jones,
Present.
Lawson,
Here.
Osborne, Newbill,
Here.
Murray,
Here.
Mishler,
Present.
Schaefer.
Here. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved. Approve.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Mr. Osborne, seconded by Mr. Murray. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of our March 2nd, 2026 meeting?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Jones, seconded by Mr. Mishler. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. You should have received a digital proof of publication in your packet. Any questions? And if not, do I have a motion to approve the proofs of publication?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Lawson, seconded by Mr. Murray. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. First item on the agenda, new business 26-FSP-01. Petitioner is All Secure Storage, County Road 17 LLC.
The location is 1185 Fremont Court. The request is as required by section 20.7, seeking approval for final site plan for a new 24,900 square foot storage building at 1185 Fremont Court. Again, the petitioner is requesting the final site plan approval for a new storage building at the end of Fremont Court. The 24,900 square foot building will be placed at the southwest corner of the site. Currently, there are 5 existing buildings, making the building from the current request number 6. The site plan has been approved through tech review with only minor elements to be addressed prior to permitting. The petitioner's agent has addressed all comments raised by staff during the review process. There is a 100-foot electric transmission easement on the southeast corner of the property. The stormwater retention area is existing as it was constructed in an earlier phase of the project or earlier phase of the development project. The buffer to the west will remain unchanged. The site is accessed from Fremont Court by way of the signalized intersection of Verdant and County Road 17. The development is located at the northwest corner of County Road 17 and the US 20 bypass. Staff recommends approval of the final site plan based on the following findings of fact. The approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare of the community, as the new storage facility will be constructed as applicable building codes. Number 2, the proposed use is permitted within the underlying zoning of the planned unit development. Number 3, the project has passed the city's technical review process. Number 4, the use conforms to the comprehensive plan, which is anticipated or which calls for the area, for commercial and industrial uses. And number 5, the proposed use should not be detrimental to the property values of adjacent properties. There were 17 letters mailed, 0 returned.
Any questions for the staff? Thank you, sir. Is the petitioner here? Do we have any questions for the petitioner? Please state your name and address for the record, and Mr. Mishler will quiz you.
Okay. Crystal Welsh, Avonmarsh, 303 River Race Drive in Goshen.
Thank you for coming. This is the 6th building. Is there any plans for additional buildings there?
Tim McCullough is here. The site is pretty well built out with the electrical easement. We've kind of maxed our facility out. So I do not believe there's any plans for additional building.
Sounds good.
Confirmed. Thank you.
Any other questions for the petitioner? If not, thank you, ma'am. This is not a formal public hearing, but I will take any comment from any other members of the public, either here or online. I don't see anyone online. Go ahead and come up and please state your name and address for the record.
Speaking to Mike.
Yep.
I'm 56780 Via Pisa. I'm on the backside of the neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
I didn't file my paperwork in time, but all 4 or 5 neighborhoods residents on that backside don't care if it gets a storage unit. They only care about the light pollution coming out of the storage unit.
Okay.
Last year they took down and put a fence, and that light on the backside of the storage unit shoots straight through into the houses. On most of the bedrooms are on the backside of the houses, so the lighting, I have to put up a curtain and then a curtain behind that curtain to keep my room dark enough to sleep. So we called and tried to address it last time, and it didn't go anywhere. So
Okay. So your biggest concern is just with the fence down, the light shining through.
correct.
Very good. I think I'm going to bring the staff up and ask them a question about that.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Any other comment on this matter? I'm going to ask Mr. Trotter if you could come up real quick. Is that something our staff could investigate?
Yes.
There is some light pollution there.
Yes, we can look into that.
Okay. And just for this gentleman's understanding, is that something we could do in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days prior to certificate of occupancy? What do you think is a reasonable
We
expectation?
could probably get it done in 30 or 45 days.
Okay, sir, so the staff is going to come out and investigate in the next 45 days, and then we can still also hold a certificate of occupancy before it's addressed, because though minor, it is a violation of the city's ordinances. So we will come out and investigate. Is that sufficient? Thank you. Any other questions or concerns for the Planning Commission?
Just is the lighting on the buildings or is it lighting surface parking or where is it? Do you know?
Well, sir, yeah, you need to be careful that you're speaking for the record, sorry. What I heard for the record is that it's both the light standards as well as lighting on the building. So we have Jason Ugetti available to go out and take a look. Any other questions for the staff? Oh, sorry, Mr. Osborne.
I'm looking at the aerial photograph here. It looks like there's some semi trucks parked on the grass. Maybe Crystal could speak to that.
Yes, Ms. Welsh, can you speak to that?
It's kind of distorted there, but that aerial photograph looks like there's some vehicles parked on grass there.
I think what Mr. Osborne is referring to is there's some vehicles parked just under the overhead power lines north of the southernmost existing building. I can see it on the photograph as well.
Tim, do you have any comment on that? Oh, you'll have to come up.
Good afternoon. Tim McCullough, McCullough Schultz Construction. I'm not sure whether that facility was approved for outside storage or not. I'm not aware of any semis that he has out there, maybe in the picture, but I'm not familiar with. It's those vehicles he has parked there.
I think that's something we can investigate further as well. So, okay, with that, I think I'm going to close the public hearing part. Members of the commission, I think both of these matters could be addressed between now and a certificate of occupancy for this building number 6. So I might suggest that your motion includes a couple conditions that the staff investigates the lighting situation and confirm that it's resolved appropriately according to our ordinances prior to certificate of occupancy, as well as confirms that the parking is proper on the site. Does that address your concern, Mr. Osborne?
Yeah.
And that both of those matters would be resolved by certificate of occupancy. Does that all seem reasonable?
Yes.
Okay, then I would accept a motion. We are granting final approval to the site plan.
Okay, I will make the motion for final approval pending the staff investigate and approve the current lighting and ensure that a proper parking situation is instituted before final certification is awarded.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Mr. Mishler, seconded by Mr. Osborne to approve with conditions. Can we have a roll call vote?
Osborne,
Yes.
Newbill,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Lawson,
Yes.
Murray,
Yes.
Mishler,
Aye.
Schaefer.
Yes. Thank you for your time. Next item on our agenda is 27 SUB-03. Petitioner is Missionary Church North Central District, North Central Region, and Habitat for Humanity of Elkhart County.
The site location is.
Excuse me, is that 26 or what?
Yeah, 26. Did I say 27?
Yes, 26 SUV.
Next year, yeah.
It didn't even register, sorry.
Thanks, everybody.
The site location is 1135 East Hively Avenue and vacant land, East Hively Avenue. The request is per Article 4 of the subdivision ordinance, approval of the preliminary plat for a 10-lot, plus or minus 8.853 acre subdivision, a replat of Lot 1, Zion Missionary Church minor subdivision, a part of the southeast quarter of Section 16, Township 37 North, Range 5 East, Concord Township, Elkhart County, Indiana. Again, per Article 4 of the subdivision ordinance, approval of a preliminary plat for a 10-lot plus or minus 8.853 acre major subdivision, a replat of Lot 1, Zion Missionary Church minor subdivision, a part of the southeast quarter of Section 16, Township 37 North, Range 5 East, Concord Township, Elkhart County, Indiana. This subdivision request is a joint venture between Zion Missionary Church and Habitat for Humanity. The plan calls for the church to remain on the larger main parcel closer to Hively, approximately 6.14 acres. The land sold to Habitat will contain 9 lots for Habitat families currently participating in the Future Homeowner Program. The acreage for the Habitat homes is approximately 2.71 acres. The street connection for the new Habitat homes will connect from the east at the intersection of Roosevelt Avenue and Bradley Street. Bradley will be extended to the west in a 50-foot right-of-way that will provide for all required public improvements, curb, gutter, street, and public sidewalks. There is proposed to be a secondary entrance for the church on the newly extended Bradley Street. The project meets the requirements of the zoning and subdivision ordinances, including lot size, layout, and street width. It has not yet been submitted for a technical review process, but will be required to do so prior to submitting for secondary platting. Prior to construction, the staff has had several preliminary reviews around the technical aspects of the project and no issues are anticipated. Oh. These are out of order. Bear with me just 1 second. I am missing a page. Bear with me 1 second. I apologize. Can I have your copy? I'm missing a page. Thank you. Staff recommendation per Indiana Code 3674-702, a plan commission must consider when determining whether to grant primary preliminary approval of a plat. The plan commission shall determine if the plat or subdivision qualifies for primary preliminary approval under the standards prescribed by the subdivision control ordinance. Under the 700 series of the Indiana Code statutes, the review of primary preliminary plats are ministerial, and proposed preliminary primary plat has adhered to all the requirements prescribed by the subdivision control ordinance. The plan commission must grant approval thereby. The City of Elkhart planning staff has reviewed the subject petition and recommends approval of the preliminary plat per Article 4 of the subdivision ordinance. Approval of the preliminary plat for a 10-lot plus or minus 8.853 acre major subdivision, a replat of Lot 1, Zion Missionary Church minor subdivision, a part of the southeast quarter of Section 16, Township 37 North, Range 5 East, Concord Township, Elkhart County, Indiana. Number one, the proposed lots 1 through 9 along the future extension of Bradley Street are residential lots, meeting all of the bulk standards of the R2 one-family dwelling district, specifically minimum lot size, lot frontage, and property development setbacks. Number two, the proposed extension of Bradley Street to the west will not impact any existing development. Number three, in review of the proposed preliminary plat for a new major subdivision, staff finds the petitioner has demonstrated compliance with all the enacted regulations of both the City of Elkhart Subdivision Control Ordinance. Conditions: approval is preliminary only. The applicant must submit the required application materials for final plat approval to the plat committee as per Article 5 of the subdivision ordinance prior to the issuance of any permits for construction or sale of property. Number two, subsequent approvals may be required from the appropriate city departments. Those approvals may include plans for water supply, stormwater retention, sewage disposal, grading, roadway construction, and other infrastructure prior to final plat approval. Number three, approval is tentative and shall be valid for a maximum period of 12 months. The City Plan Commission may grant an extension upon written request. If the final plat has not been recorded within the time limit, the primary approval is null and void, and the preliminary subdivision plan must be resubmitted for approval. Number four, the project must be reviewed and approved through the city's technical review process prior to the submission of the secondary plat to the plat committee. There were 35 letters mailed, one received not in favor, with the following comments: I have concerns about increased traffic in the neighborhood, and I do not want any additional crime in the area.
Any questions for the petitioner, Mr. Mishler, or for the staff? Sorry.
Is there any concern with the upcoming construction on Hively that this project would be impacted by that?
In my opinion, no.
Okay.
It's far enough off of Hively and to the south, and it should not have any
Okay,
impact.
or any utility disruption due to that or anything like that predicted?
Not that I'm aware of.
So Eric, isn't that road where they're gonna come back through right there by Roosevelt?
Yes, it's at the intersection of Roosevelt and Bradley.
But there's houses right there on Roosevelt where you're gonna come right across that, right?
Yeah, there's a 50-foot right of way on Roosevelt that is the extension of Bradley to the west, and this is just going to extend west on Bradley.
Okay, so the church being there, they're gonna have another entrance for the
They'll have a
church.
drive off of Bradley like anybody
Okay.
else.
Yeah, Bradley has terminated into the church parking lot for years.
What was that again?
Bradley has terminated into the church parking lot for years.
Gotcha, right.
Any other questions from for the staff? I'm having trouble with English today. I apologize. Thank you, sir. If the petitioner's here, if you could come up and introduce yourself and just a brief rundown of the proposal.
Crystal Welsh, Abbott Marsh, 303 River Race Drive in Goshen, here representing Habitat. Greg Conrad, Executive Director, is here as well. Yes, as staff mentioned, this is a partnership with the existing church to utilize some back acreage that is just kind of sat underutilized by the church over the years. And so this partnership allows for 9 new single-family homes to be built in Elkhart for our families. And it just seems like a great mission-driven decision for both the church and Habitat. And so we're excited to get started.
Questions for the petitioner? Mr. Mishler?
Hi again. How many bedrooms are these houses?
Habitat does not build spec homes, so each lot will be based on the needs of the family that chooses the lot.
Excellent. Thank you.
Any other questions? If not, thank you, ma'am.
Thanks.
Going to open this up for a public hearing. If there's anyone here who would like to speak on this petition, please come up, state your name and address for the record.
Good afternoon, Greg Conrad. I'm the president of Habitat. Offices on 2910 Elkhart Road in Goshen. And I would just say, echoing what Crystal said, this is a great project from our opinion. We have been in discussions with the church for over a year prior to purchasing this, talking about their potential use for that. It has gone through numerous congregational hearings and things to get to this point. We've worked very, very closely with the Missionary Church on this partnership, and there's a lot of things that the church is looking forward to being involved with this. I would also mention that this is in close proximity to a significant development we're doing right now in Homer, in that same area. We've built in the last couple of years 5 homes. We have 5 more almost ready to close. We have 9 more going plus this 9. So in the course of 5 years, Habitat will have invested over $5 million within a quarter mile of this property in that Hively Street area. And that to me is a significant investment. All of these will be affordable workforce housing, entry level, targeting lower moderate income people under the Habitat program. So we feel that this is a wonderful project, land that the church has owned but never used for 60 or 70 years. And so they have been able to partner with us. And then also the money that Habitat provided to the church will allow them to do more ministry in that local community. So this is a very synergistic project for both Habitat, the church, and that local community. So we are very excited about this. From a timing perspective, we would expect, this usually I get asked when we're going to build the houses. So for us, this will probably be, it will take this year for us to go through this process, get the infrastructure in. So we would anticipate starting construction on these homes in 2027 and 2028. We'll be finishing up the project on Homer Avenue, just a quarter of a mile down the street. Those houses are going up now. So we won't start this one until that one is pretty well built out. So
Questions, Mr. Conrad?
Just curious, are these homes going to have basements?
no, they are all on a crawl space. So it's a poured cement crawl space.
So the furnace and hot water heater are down there? Or?
No, they are all up in our home designs are such that the furnaces and hot water heaters are all incorporated on the main.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Greg.
Any other questions?
Great job.
Seeing none. Anyone else who'd like to speak on this matter? Please come up, just state your name and address for the record.
Well, my name is Franklin Troyer, and my son lives within 300 feet of the project. So if we
What's
don't, I watch
your address though, sir. We do need that for that record.
the address there would be.
Well, no, your personal address. You don't have to be within.
Okay, my personal address is 2211 County Road 10.
Okay.
46514. But anyways, I've lived out there almost 50 years. But one question is, I watched one of the habitats being built within a block of where my son lives, and that does have a basement in it. So then you do have like a storm shelter. My question is raised a storm shelter for that type of construction. And I think that might be one of my major concerns. So it appears that the whole site will be Habitat for Humanity. Is that the whole layout?
Yes, they're the proposed developer.
Okay, I just wanted to address the storm shelter, or the storm shelter type.
And that's a fair question.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Trotter, if you could just come up. I understand the gentleman's concern, but we do not require basements necessarily in single-family residential. So
No, we
it's
don't.
up for Habitat to build the proper home with their families and make sure the families understand what they're getting.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So understand your concern, sir, but that's really not something we as a governing body can dictate either way. So they're following the rules and regulations. Any other questions from the Plan Commission? I'll officially close the public hearing, then say any other questions from the Plan Commission. Seeing none, we are granting final approval here, so I'd be looking for a motion to approve or deny, and if you approve with the conditions presented by the staff.
Motion to approve with conditions presented by staff.
A second.
A motion by Mr. Mishler, seconded by Mr. Newbill. Can we have a roll call vote?
Murray,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Newbill,
Yes.
Lawson,
Yes.
Mishler,
Aye.
Schaefer.
Yes. Next item on the agenda is 26-X-01, petitioner City of Elkhart, Board of Public Works, and Ermine Meadows, Inc.
The site location is 626 West Cleveland Avenue. The request is per section 5.3 special exception uses 430 parks and playgrounds to allow for the establishment and expansion of a new park and playground. Again, the request is per section 5.3 special exception uses 430 parks and playgrounds to allow for the establishment and expansion of a new park and playground at 626 West Cleveland Avenue. The request is considered an expansion of the park and therefore a new petition request is required. The City of Elkhart and Ermine Meadows are submitting a joint special exception request to expand the existing Ullery Park onto land owned by Ermine Meadows organization. The reimagined park master plan has an emphasis on activating the space and community vision for the amenities at the park. Based on the information provided by the City of Elkhart Park Superintendent Jameson Zarnecki, the master plan and vision for the park came from a series of neighborhood meetings, feedback collected in door-to-door survey work, and additional outreach conducted in both English and Spanish. The new master plan elements call for an open-air pavilion, off-street parking, additional landscaping, a new walking path, and splash pad. The staff recommends approval of the request based on the following findings. Fact, number one, the special exception is so defined, located, and proposed to be operated that the public health, safety, and welfare will be protected. The Ellery Park improvements are designed to add amenities to make this park a premier park for the City of Elkhart. The improvements to the playground, parking, and additional landscape plantings and splash pad will allow for future growth and attendance to increase usage. Number two, the special exception will not reduce values or of other properties in its immediate vicinity, because the additional amenities proposed will add to the quality of place for Ullery Park and enhance the city's park system. The park is part of the mayor's Aspire initiative to enhance the vibrancy and increase the usage of parks and green spaces. Number three, the special exception shall conform to the regulations of the zoning district in which it is to be located, because it will not generate adverse effects on adjacent properties in the form of noise, smoke, or odor. The proposed amenities will add to the vibrancy of the neighborhood and allow for more programming for the Parks Department. The open air pavilion will be built to conform to all necessary building construction requirements and will have been submitted for technical review to address all concerns raised during that review. Conditions. If the board chooses to approve the requested special exceptions, staff recommends that the following conditions be placed upon the approval. The petitioner shall submit for technical review to ensure all developmental requirements have been met. And this is not the public hearing, so notices will go out for the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Questions for the staff, Mr. Osborne?
Eric, the proposed parking, is that off the alley?
Yes.
Is that alley paved?
I don't know.
No,
That alley is not paved, but the street department is working on paving it.
Okay.
question. The alley is not paved, but the street is terrible in front of it. It's got about 62 potholes.
Which
So they
street
need
is
to
that?
address both, 6th Street, right in front of it.
I will check in with the street department on that.
It seems like it needs to be paved if we're going to have parking.
The street department is working on a plan to pave the alley.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, Mr. Mishler?
So to confirm, you did say the words splash pad, correct? Okay, just making sure.
I've had a lot of dental work done, so if I'm not enunciating
No,
properly.
no, I just wanted to make
It was
that
good.
I heard that.
Sure, and I do have to represent Parks Department here as well to speak.
Any other questions?
No questions. I just want to commend the Parks Department and the staff for doing an outstanding job on the input from the neighbors here. The survey is great. I mean, it dials right into what the neighborhood wants and gives the city the ability to accommodate that. So it's really kind of great. Thank you.
Petitioner here. You can come forward, just state your name and address for the record and see if we have any other questions.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Matthew Moyers. I'm a project manager for Elkhart's Park and Recreation Department. My office is at 229 South 2nd Street, right here in City Hall. I'm representing Jameson Zarnicki, and I'd be happy to answer any questions about the project.
Any questions for the petitioner? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Mishler did have a question. I apologize.
Yeah, no, just I was wondering if you could tell me more about the proposed splash pad. Will it be similar to the one in NIPCO downtown, or more like what's kind of going on at McNaughton and things like that?
It's more similar in size to the one at NIPCO. The one at McNaughton is a larger installation. This will be at the southeast corner of the park near Cleveland and 6th. Back set from the roads a bit for safety. I think it's 40 by 40 is the dimensions of the concrete pad. It should be large enough to be a regional attraction, but still small enough that it doesn't overwhelm the park.
Okay. I also know when it comes to splash pads, there's kind of two different types of filtration systems
Right.
that are generally used. One is a little more intense when it comes to need for chlorination and all that.
Yeah.
I believe the one at McNaughton is the more heavy duty one. And will this have that kind of system in place in case it would be upgraded in the future, or is this still planned to forever kind of be the smaller?
Yeah. You're describing what they call a closed system.
Yes.
And that's in which the water that the splash pad utilizes goes through a chlorination process and goes through chemical testing. It's treated more as a pool than a traditional splash pad. The design for the one at Ullery is what's called an open loop. And that way the water is constantly going ahead and circulating back through the sewer systems. So we don't have to go ahead and maintain chemical tests, nor do we have to go ahead and have a large tank underground. It just cycles through the regular system.
Now, when you're saying recycle through, is it being reused or is it fresh water?
It's not being reused by the splash pad. It's going to the city water system.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I had a question. Is there a lighting plan or an after hours lighting plan? I mean, is it be lit up after hours? Or?
We are planning on going ahead and adding lighting to the park. We're looking at some dark sky alternatives. Those are the ones that primarily will be lighting the pathway system as opposed to the upright poles that you may be envisioning. We haven't determined exactly what the lighting system will look like.
So,
Do some nighttime lighting though.
Unclear. I can't speak to how that's going to shake out. We're not planning on changing the hours of operation for the park. The closing time will still remain the same. The pavilion that will be installed in the center of the park does have some lighting planned for inside the pavilion, but we're not sure whether the lighting will expand beyond the pavilion, apart from perhaps some of the lights that I described that would shine down to illuminate the paths themselves.
The Public Works did a project out here around 7 years ago, added a bunch of lighting on 6th Street. I think that was in 2019. So 6th Street has a lot of pedestrian scale lighting. I think some of that extends down as well. So the current sidewalks do have a lot of lighting in this area.
And do we have a timetable?
The hope is to go ahead and be doing a grand opening the end of this summer, August-ish.
Okay. That's ambitious.
It is ambitious, but it looks possible.
Any other questions for the petitioner? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This is not the public hearing on the matter. That'll be at the BZA, but we'll accept any public comment. Anyone online or in the room want to do public comment on this matter? Seeing none, we'll close the public comment here period and return it to the Plan Commission for a motion. We are making a recommendation to the BZA on this matter. They will make the final decision. Oh, maybe?
I'm sorry, it would be a do pass, a do not pass, or no recommendation. One of those three, I apologize.
I make the motion for a do pass recommendation to the Board of Zoning.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mishler, seconded by Mr. Jones. Can we have a roll call, please?
Lawson,
Yes.
Newbill,
yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Murray,
Yes.
Mishler,
Aye.
Schaefer.
Yes. Last item on the agenda, staff item addressing.
The petition is 26 SI 04, staff items for new addressing. The first address is 301 McDonald Street for a new single-family residential home. The second new address is 707 Christina Avenue, Unit 101 and 102 for a new two-family. The new residential subdivision is at 2751 Old US Highway 20 West, units 101 through 114 for a new residential development. The new commercial address is at 3699 South Main Street for a new service in the easement. And the last new address is for a industrial building at 1000 Oak Street.
Any questions?
Could you please state your name for the record?
Yes, Kyle Anthony Petter, City of Elkhart Planning.
Thank you.
Now I'll accept a motion to accept the addressing as presented.
Motion to accept as presented.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mishler, seconded by Mr. Jones. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. That is the last item on our agenda. If there's no other business, I would accept a motion to adjourn.
Moved. I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much for your time today.
Anytime.